Welcome to the Tank Perry Show. I'm your man, Tank. Together we'll explore the landscape of the retail automotive industry. So if you were to look at your legacy today, where you are, looking back and reflecting back, in order to mentor others just through this conversation, who are you? Who's Corey Marshall, and how does your light shine to help other young African American men and women, and even aspiring African American women, to hear your fascinating story?
Sure. So what I tell people all the time is, you have time. You're not on anybody's timeline. There's no deadline to success. There's no deadline. I'm still looking for success myself, and I'm 44 years old. There's no deadline to success. I tell them this: life is about the experiences you collect along the way. So don't feel like you've got to be here at 24. You've got to be here, because if you set that timeline, you're going to miss out on something. Now, one thing we didn't talk about is I went back to school at 24, 25 years old. But you know what? When I went back to school, I had a whole lot of life experiences. Some of them good, some of them bad, but collectively they make me who I am today. So, and the other thing I tell people is kind of just being transparent is I spent a whole lot of my 30s paying for my 20s. And I always try to advise people against that. You're going to make mistakes, and you may make big mistakes, but at the end of the day, try not to have to spend too much in your 30s paying for your 20s. And, the experience is what it's all about. I mean, golly, I would be here at 44 years old telling you with excitement that I had started a business at 26 that failed by the time I was 28. Now, when you're 28, that's not a good experience. You feel horrible. But golly, man, if I could tell somebody at 40 that, man, hey, I decided to do this at 26, and this is what I was doing, and this is what the good, the bad, the ugly. Unfortunately, it didn't work out at 28. That's a great experience. But what if it had gone the other way? What if it had succeeded?
Right. No. And you're right. And you're special. And you were able to navigate and get through a door. And so many times the door is so small, only so many fit through. But it's interesting, as I talk to people like yourself around the country, your personality and your passion and your dedication, and your commitment, and your ability to see things from a 30,000 foot view are some of the things that really help you to be successful. And it never hurts to be faith-based, right? And to believe in order to propel. And those are some of the things that I listen to you that makes you exceptional for who you are, and then willing, right, to enter and share that story.
Yeah. So, if I had to really sum it up, what I've become a little more fascinated with more recently in my life has been the law of reciprocity. I had a good conversation with some friends not too long ago on reciprocity, and it opens up your thinking on it. And I think a lot of people should take this to heart, that everybody sees reciprocity as I do something for you, you do something for me. The way I see reciprocity is I put good out there in the world, and it may come back to me from whoever experienced it, but at the same time, it may get played forward to somebody else. So the good vibes you put out there in the world, the reciprocity can come back to you in that person did something for somebody else. It's kind of like a lot of people talk about Starbucks. Someone paid for somebody else's coffee. Well, that second person wasn't thinking about paying for that other person's coffee, but it's almost because of the good vibes that you put out there. Now they're paying for your coffee. Now, hopefully they didn't order 3 times as much as you did, but but that's how I see it is, and I think that's what's going to help propel the world forward. It's just putting that good energy out there. And so that's what I've become more fascinated with lately, is just putting as much good out there. And the other thing is that the great Les Brown says, surround yourself with only quality people. So if there was probably one thing I could really tell a younger generation, is surround yourself with quality people. And he goes on to say that you'll make within $2,000 to $3,000 of your closest friends. But let's take it a step farther beyond income. Let's look at it from a quality of manhood, a quality of womanhood standpoint, or quality of childhood standpoint. Who you surround yourself with will tell you who you are. You show me your friends, I'll tell you your future.
Who you are. Yep.
And so I think those principles of just reciprocity, putting good out there in the world, surrounding yourself with quality people, and at some point in time you have to decide that humanity and manhood is too big to fail. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Society.
I think it's more.
Humanity.
I think it's more personal with you, right? You are too big to fail, right? And people have told me that for years. I mean, oh my gosh. But listening to you, you are too big to fail because of your optimism and how you see things and your willingness, especially when you get as deep to talk about reciprocity. I mean, reciprocity is really deep because nowadays people operate on tit for tat, right?
Yeah.
So. However, you're talking about what you put out in the world and not worried about it because some's going to be back to you and some's not. That is more of a mentorship in what you're doing today, taking a piece of your time, than all the books that are out there, because we operate on such limited time. We don't have hours upon hours in the way that we used to. It used to be you can get through a book in a week, 174 pages a week. However, now that takes you months on end because you have to worry about so many things, right? So you are a diamond in the rough, and I want to absolutely thank you for visiting with me today, because I think that people are going to be listening to your words for a long time and really digging into your philosophy, which is amazing because you are full of positivity and you're full of being emboldened to take opportunities that present itself with your dedication and be able to put those blinders on and go, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Good. Well, listen, I want to wrap up. I know you've given me your time. Thank you for visiting with me. I'm going to reach out to you eventually as well with some other things and the way that I'm trying to help. Hopefully you can add to that.
Absolutely.
But meanwhile, I think what you're doing in Oklahoma, that humongous organization that you're with, is just fascinating. I think that people will really look at this for years to come and go, okay, there's a piece of me and him. Why can't I do more?
Absolutely. Hey, this has been my honor.
Good. And we'll see you again. And
Yes,
we're going to sign off. And thank you for taking the invitation and sharing with everybody your philosophy and what you're doing.
You're welcome very much.
Okay, Corey, thank you.
Have a great day.
Take care.
All right.